When M. Night Shyamalan had the movie world by the balls, I remember this movie being good as a kid. I did not know from a directorial standpoint how amazing this movie was piece by piece. This movie was really done well. Great job, M. Night. Great job. The Sixth Sense, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment. I remember when this movie came out, the buzz it had. All of the adults were talking about this. Everyone was just talking and going crazy about how good this movie was. Everyone was talking about this damn thing. The trailers on TV, I continued to see the trailers about this. I remember as a kid, we got there so early. I was with my mom going to the theater to see this. We got there so early that the trailers for other movies weren't on. The stuff from the theater was not on. The screen was dark, and I was scared in anticipation of what I was going to see. And this movie did scare me as a kid. Now, it's not the scariest movie I've seen as a kid, but this movie did frighten me. And I was shocked, just like everyone, of how good this movie was, even at the age I was. Now, in this movie, a little boy named Cole, who is played by Haley Joel Osment, has a sixth sense where he can communicate and see dead people. And his life is at a pretty hard time because he's an outcast and has no friends at school, and he lives with his mom in a single parent home. So his mom is stressed out from working 2 jobs and everything her son Cole is going through in life. Meanwhile, Bruce Willis Malcolm is a child psychologist that is sent to help Cole with his issues. However, Bruce Willis has issues with his own life and with work and his wife, and dedicating his time to work more than his personal life. Now, I love the camera work in this movie. The camera is never still. Shyamalan never keeps the camera still in this movie. And with every shot, everything you see in every shot and every scene, it just means something. When you first watch this movie, many things can go over your head. A lot of people with their first time, a lot of things went over your head. But seeing this a second or third time, you pick up on the little subtle things that Shyamalan just slides over to the viewer, but we never see it until the second or third time. And even when you do figure those out the second or third time around, you're amazed still at what this movie pieces together. Now, like I said in my intro, this movie did scare me. Nothing creepy. There's no jump scares for the most part in this movie. But at the time of seeing this movie, I myself was a young boy, so I could see myself in Cole, minus the ghost part and being an outcast with no friends in school and things like that. But the bathroom scene with Cole, I gotta talk about this. That made me very uncomfortable afterwards. Going to the bathroom for days at night, it was not possible for me as a kid. Seeing this because of that scene. The acting was great in this movie by everyone. Osment was fantastic. The movement of the camera at spots was fantastic for a movie like this, and I loved it. And Shyamalan's storytelling in this movie was just it shined. It was brilliant. I'm gonna go ahead and get my score right here right away, quick. And I just want to talk about some spoilers here. So, guys, I got to give The Sixth Sense a 90 out of 100. Got to give it a 90 out of 100. So now it's spoiler time. Holy shit. Get to talk about spoilers. At the age I was at, and when I found out, just like everyone else, that Bruce Willis was dead, I was like, holy shit. Even at my age, it shocked me. So if I would have even seen this movie as an adult, if this movie came out at the age I am now of 24, it would be I would probably have to go see that movie a second or third time. And I've never gone to the movies to see a movie a second time. But if I was an adult at that time that the movie came out, I would have to. I just finished watching the movie again just a few minutes ago, and I have 2 favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes is when Cole gives the father the tape. I think that's his wife killing their daughter and keeping her sick. that was a huge scene. Another scene I loved. So many people will say they love the scene where Cole tells Bruce Willis that he sees dead people. Like, now that is one thing. Or people will say when Bruce Willis found out about he was dead after talking to his wife while she was asleep, and what Cole told her. But I will say the best scene, for my favorite scene in this movie, not the scene that frightened me so much, but when Cole tells his mother about the grandmother, and he breaks it down to his mom that I do see dead people, because before she just told him, like, yeah, the lady up there, she's dead, and she's like, wow, you can see that, and he's like, well, she's on the outside of the door right here, and it's no jump scare, and Shyamalan doesn't keep the woman there, and then the next thing you know, the mom is just like, okay, my son does need help. He's, I'll get him help. That seems like to be her mindset. But then when he breaks it down to her, like, you think I'm a freak? And she gets upset about that. Like, no, I don't think you're a freak. I just think you need, in her head, it seems like you just need a little help. And I'm going to get you the help that you need. But then he breaks down that, no, grandma does come and talk to me. And the mom says, don't talk about that. That's, grandma's dead. And he breaks it down to something in the past that happened to her before he was ever born. Something that the mother would have to tell him. And then he even breaks it down even more. And he says, you went to her cemetery where she was buried. And you asked her a question. What was the question you asked her? And the mother says it in the way... I think her name is Toni Collette, just starts breaking down, crying, because she knows that he's not lying. This is real. He sees this. The grandmother, mom has spoken to him, and she's dead. That was the best scene for me. It opened up the entire movie. Some things do before the scene does open up, where Cole is able to tell his mom these things, but that is the best scene for me. Guys, get in the comment section, let me know your thoughts about The Sixth Sense. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the playlist for other movie reviews and sports content. And until the next video, I'm out.